Cautious optimism for a family that's been waiting 50 years for answers. Back in 1971, Joanna Leatherbury was found murdered near the Great Salt Lake. At the time, she had just graduated from Olympus High School, and her murder turned into a cold case.
But that may soon change. For every crime, there's a story, and the truth matters. Here's ABC4 senior crime and punishment correspondent Marcos Ortiz with tonight's Justice Files.
From the very beginning, the murder of Joanna Leatherbury produced no suspects, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. But that could soon change.
But we are excited because maybe they did find something. I was very excited.
That's because for over 50 years, the family of Joanna Leatherbury is in the dark, wondering who kills her. Last year, the Justice Files visits her family, who expressed frustration with the investigation.
I am so angry and frustrated because it was a door being slammed in our face all of the time. We just didn't have any follow-through. There was no follow-through. There was nothing. It was just put up on a shelf and left.
In August 1971, Leatherbury's body's found near the Great Salt Lake. She's raped, brutally stabbed, and shot. Hope for a quick arrest disappears after persons of interest are questioned, but it becomes a dead end, and her murder turns into a cold case.
We have a full-time cold case investigator, and he has been actively working this case up and including right now.
And just this week, the family gets an email from the detective with news they've been waiting to hear.
They had identified new DNA from the crime scene and that he was securing funds to send it to their lab for testing. And hopefully he'll be able to do genetic genealogy.
This DNA technique is now becoming very common with law enforcement. It identifies DNA of a family, and from there, authorities narrow the search to a possible suspect. The co-founder of the Utah Cold Case Coalition says the new evidence could be a variety of things.
If it was something, an article of clothing or something that was handled by an investigator 30, 40 years ago, chances are great it's just an incidental contact from an investigator. But if it's something concrete like semen, then it's going to be the bad guy.
It will be months before the Leatherburys get an answer, but for a family that's been waiting 50 years for justice, that's a fraction of time.
I would like this to be solved for her so she has some justice. I would also like my dad and mom to be alive when this is done so they can see that we followed this through and found Joanna some justice.
You may recall this type of DNA genealogy was used to find Sherry Black's killer, who recently pleaded guilty to the murder. For the Justice Files, Marcos Ortiz, ABC4 News.
All right, thank you, Marcos. Well, time now for the Mountain West Minute and a snapshot of the stories making headlines.